What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Backline Podcast. If you know my voice, you know I am Chief Redbeard, and of course, I will be joined by Nico, the co-host of the Backline Podcast. Want to take a couple quick seconds to talk to you guys about a few things. So first off, our apologies, our deepest apologies for basically not having an episode up over the last couple of weeks. We did film this probably about a couple of weeks ago, and life happens. So there's been a lot of things differently going on in our lives. I've had some birthday party for my child and some other big stuff that will be announced soon. So a whole lot going on. And basically, we're just trying to get a hold of things and get kind of back into rhythm. So with that being said, what we're going to do is this is going to be the final episode of the year. And basically what we're going to do is set it up to where you guys will be able to hopefully see the next episode early next year. So we're going to go ahead and start backlogging some episodes, get ourselves back on track here. We're also going to think about revamping a couple things, try to make it, more entertaining for the listener. If there is anything you guys want to see or hear in the show, something that you think we might be able to change up that you think would be entertaining to you or other people, please comment on this episode and let us know what you think. Any suggestions are always welcome, and we will see what we can do about that. Other than that, this is another fun episode that we had here. Really excited to put this one out, and we are going to get to it. I hope you guys enjoy your holidays, Christmas, whatever it is that you celebrate, and have a happy new year. Unfortunately, it looks like, not too much partying is going to be able to happen. But obviously do what you can do and enjoy yourselves. Everyone, please be safe. So that way you'll be able to catch the next episode as soon as it's out. If you have any questions or want to keep up with us, we are at the Backline Pod on Instagram, and we are the Backline on Facebook. Also, I will put a link in the description. We are now selling merch. If you guys are interested in merch at all, it is through Teespring, so you'll be able to go on and order. I don't think anything will be available before Christmas at this point, but you will be able to order. We have a couple different shirt designs. We have a couple of different hoodies in there. We also have a coffee mug because I really wanted a cool-ass coffee mug to probably maybe or maybe not put on set at some point. But we do have some merch there, and we will be updating that as much as possible to be able to bring in new designs, new logos, anything like that. If there's something that you guys really, really like on there, let us know, or obviously order it so that way we can see the analytics, so that way we know we can keep that design. If you're unable to get anything right now and you really do want something, definitely let us know so that way I don't take it out of the store. If that's something you guys are interested in getting in the future. I understand Christmas is a tough time. Nobody's got anything extra. It's all about taking care of your loved ones and your friends and family. So please keep that in mind. If there's anything that you guys are looking at, you really want, you just can't get now, please, please, please let us know so I don't take it out of the store. We're going to try to cycle it through just so we can kind of keep things fresh. But I think for now, for at least a foreseeable future, most of what's in there will remain in there for just a little bit. So that way we don't have to worry about it. If you guys are interested in any discount codes, please reach out to me. I will be able to get that to you. Again, at the Backline Pod on Instagram. And the Backline, you'll be able to see our logo right there on Facebook. If we already haven't invited you to the page, please go ahead and like the page so you'll be able to keep up with anything that we put out. Other than that, once again, finally going to get out of here so you guys can see some video and be able to see what we got going on for this week. Again, enjoy. Thank you guys very much for your patience, and we will see you next time. All right, so
sorry, that was an accident.
Oh,
sorry.
Delicious. All right, so so we've been gone for a while. I feel like it's been a while. So
Long time.
We're gonna get into it here. I got something cool I want to start off by showing. I'm going to show you in just a second, but I think that every fucking person that's into video games or just into having fun should have one of these.
Yeah.
Okay.
That was kind of open-ended as shit. I was waiting for you to finish this.
All right, so this here, I don't know why I opened this. This is the Oculus Quest 2. And it is fucking sick.
Why'd you get that?
I absolutely love it. Well, consoles aren't available. And I started looking at any of the games that you can get with this. And I was like, man, that seems really kind of cool. It's kind of pricey, but I want to check it out.
Can I borrow it?
So, no.
Thanks. Buddy.
So I went and bought it, and it has been one of the best purchases I've made in a while.
Yeah, tell me about it. How much porn did you watch?
Nope, no porn.
Oh.
At the moment. So basically, the cool thing is, I was really worried. Couple things I was skeptical about, and I think they had some of these issues in the first one, and they addressed it in this, even though they kind of addressed it in the first one too. So with the Quest 2, it is fully wireless. You have wireless. You charge the headset, and your controllers do take a AA battery apiece. So I haven't ran out yet. I've probably got
just one.
Yep, one each.
That's doable.
And I've probably got 10 plus hours on it so far. I got it a couple weeks ago. Just kind of been busy, but they're very responsive. And what I had no clue about, because if it's a tether to the PC, you're kind of sitting down and you don't really have to worry about running into shit because you're tethered to a PC. This, you can obviously stand and move around, and in the games, you could physically move. So what they have in this is called a Guardian system, for those of you who don't know. But it's a Guardian system that basically you draw a line, and once you approach that line, it throws up this grid and say, hey, you're close. And even if you step outside the grid, it goes black and white and has cameras on the headset that shows you everything.
Mm-hmm.
So I'll lean over into the lines, grab my vape real quick, take a hit, lean back, put it down, because I could see what's going on. It's kind of insane. It's not the best picture ever, but for a VR headset that most of the processing is for, it's fucking games. It's kind of insane. I've played Vader Immortals and some other Star Wars Galaxy game. It is the closest thing you'll ever have to putting a lightsaber in your hand and fighting off shit. And it's kind of fucking insane. It seems very responsive. I haven't put it to any crazy tests, but I am 100% blown away. The home screen alone, just looking up, you're basically in this room, and it's got a big screen, and you start selecting what games you're going to play, or you can go to, download whatever. The Wi-Fi is pretty good on it. Downloads 5 gig game in, 10, 15 minutes with good internet. Blown a fucking way. I'm going to have you try this before you leave, but it is fucking insane. And then one of my main concerns was, all right, so it'll probably look good, looks cool, but I'm limited to what is available here. However, they really addressed it. They addressed it in the first one, but they really got it right in this one. You can get basically a fucking long-ass USB-C, which I got one there. I bought the Oculus one just in case there was some kind of transfer rate issues or anything. But you can get a long USB-C, and then you can play all your Steam VR games or anything like that. So I can load up, fucking Skyrim or Fallout. Any of those things. I could do my iRacing with VR now. And I haven't tried those yet because I just got the cable last week, but I'm excited.
What is this hole you're filling with all this gear, Billy? I need to know. What's going on with you right now?
Dude.
How's your personal life?
Personal life is good, man.
Okay.
Yeah, personal life's good.
I like that the case looks like, for audio listeners, it literally looks like a giant pill case where you organize your pills and stuff.
Kind of put it up here. So
your Xanax bars.
This is one thing: the controller, the strap, and then the charger. I'm sorry, the headset and the controllers. The case is an add-on. I did buy a case. I think it's like $50 or something. But
$50? Look at this piece of shit.
It's pretty good.
What the fuck is good about this? It's a slightly hard,
it's not the box.
Case.
It's got a little strap.
It's bullshit.
It's got a strap.
I'm not interested anymore. I don't want to play.
You don't have to get a case. But there are some first-person shooters. I'm telling you, once you step inside to this world, you don't want to go back. Well, I wish every game was VR now.
I've heard a shitload about especially the 2, because they're refining the shit out of it.
Dude.
And
you get 720 here, and I think if you plug it in, it's 1080 type feels.
If you plug it in, like
if you use the cable to play off of your PC.
Got it. Okay.
It's like 1080 feels.
And you could definitely do that because your PC's definitely better than whatever's going on in that.
100%.
Yeah. I don't know. This is, I've always thought about it, but then I'm like, how am I going to get, because you get real hardcore into your games where you're playing with the sticks, you know, because there's so much variability to it. There's so much you could do with it. With VR, at least with the options they have with peripherals like the controllers or whatever. Let me see. Like, open this up for me real quick. I'm this pill case. Get these Xanny bars out. Yeah. So, okay, this is cool because I've never actually looked. I've just heard about this stuff. I've never actually looked into it pretty hard. So this is your left.
Yep.
Yeah, it has to be. So it is like a controller. It's got the buttons there. I don't know if any. Maybe I could zoom in on that. Yeah, it's got the left stick in your left hand, and then a trigger.
Yeah, so basically your finger on the trigger is correct, and then your middle finger is supposed to go on the inner trigger on each controller.
And then you have two.
So that is basically your grabbing function is there, and then your triggers are your triggers.
Yeah.
And most of the games that I played so far, if you put your hand out, it does its best. This is the only point where I think it lacks. It can see your hand, but like when you do this, if you do it too quick, it takes like a half a second to realize visually that you did it. But if you click a button, it's super responsive. But visually,
why is this greasy? Go ahead.
Dude, I've been sweating and playing hard.
Christ, yeah. Get shit out
it's
here.
Not that greasy, is it?
I'm kidding. There was a smudge, dude. Relax.
But basically, like if you're like, oh man, where's that button? Because it's telling me to hit it. You know, one, you could obviously lift up your headset and check, okay, it's that. But it's got a natural feel, especially as like an Xbox player. Like it feels.
It does seem there. Like it reminds me of
vibration. So feedback when you're doing something. It's kind of fucking insane.
I guess the fact that because when you have a controller in your hand, you're using both your hands to center the controller, so like the weight is like evenly distributed. With that is like a whole different level of coordination that I most certainly don't have at 30.
Well, it's you.
Yeah,
it's you. Like it is weird.
That's a
lot.
You
have a Switch, right? Have you tried?
Yeah,
playing with just the Joy-Cons out by themselves.
I don't really like that. No,
that is weird. I had a hard time with that. Like I tried because I got tired of holding it one night, so I just plopped it up. And then I sat back with the Switch and just held the controller like this because I forgot the little add-on to hook them in. And I didn't have a Pro controller. So I sat like that. That sucked. But this, because you are doing things with your hands, within, I'd say 15 minutes, it's natural. It becomes extremely natural, and it feels like you are in that world. You're doing the things.
Can we online game together with this?
You can. You can multiplayer with. So there's a first-person shooter I want to get. My brother's trying to convince his wife to let him get it. Because he saw it, she saw it, and he's like, I got to get one. And she's like, well.
Why not? What's the problem?
I don't know.
Okay.
But it's, yeah, I don't know, dude. So any games that are multiplayer, so there's one called Onward. There's a couple BRs. They look kind of cheesy, like Fortnite-ish, but you're in the zone with it.
Who are the developers of these games? Did you look into that at all? Is it just Oculus, or are they getting
so like
third-party companies?
Like Bethesda with Skyrim and Fallout, they have theirs. Any games, Rogue Squadron or whatever it's called, a Star Wars game, you have to play on Steam. You could do that VR, but you would still be using like a controller and stuff for most of these. I think just your world is VR. I don't know if those are capable of. No, they are. Some of those games are capable of doing that. But I think a lot of it is third party, and there are some Oculus specific things. Like there's a rec room, so it looks like you're in some like YMCA or some shit. I don't know, like a rec room, and you can socialize and interact with people in there. I've walked in there, but nobody was in there because I think it wanted me to create my character and shit. So you create like your little, almost like the me character on old Wii's and stuff like that. But you create whoever you are, and I don't know. Everything just feels fucking weird and awesome and natural. I should probably have you try there's like a starter, like here's how things kind of work in VR. So you get like you could dance with this little robot thing and
a tutorials
kind of thing. Yeah.
It's the equivalent of reading the instructions manual when you're putting something together. I'm never going to do that ever.
No, you
never.
Look,
never.
It's not that. You just do different things. Like you could fly paper airplanes. You can hit a ping pong ball. Like you drop the ball, you can hear it click. The sound on this is incredible. It feels like you're there.
When you were doing that, did you tuck your dick in between your legs?
No.
I will not be doing that.
I was spread wide open. You will do it because
I'm going to spike the Oculus
on
the fucking ground.
There's like a shooter one where you can, shoot a bunch of stuff out of the air and stuff. Nope. It's awesome. You're going to do it.
Nope. Give me like I'll play like a simulator or something, like a roller coaster thing. Like I don't know. Those things are really fun as a novelty, but I feel like I can't get that sucked in. I'm already sucked into video games as is, and I'm looking at a fucking flat screen, let alone being immersed in something like that. I don't need that. But I want it.
That was fearful of like, am I going to play it? Am I going to like it? Is it going to be like, oh, this was cool, but I think this last week I've been kind of busy, but up until then it was every night. And on top of that, it was a fucking workout.
True.
Which I also enjoyed because I literally would take it off after like 2 hours. It recommends like half hour at a time. No fucking gamer is going to do a half hour. After 2 hours, dude, I'm literally sweating. I'm out of fucking breath. My arms are like fucking hurting. Like I just fucking lifted weights. Like it's kind of insane. So it has a benefactor of you get your workout and sick ass fucking games. One of the cool things I kind of like about it would be so incredibly stupid, but if you are somebody that wants a bigger TV in your house, just throw on the Oculus and watch your shit on the Oculus. Because then it looks like there is a giant screen in your room, because you could sit like on your couch and you could sit in different settings and play your Netflix or YouTube or whatever. And it looks like you have a giant screen. So it feels fucking weird because it feels like you have a giant screen.
I like the life hack. It's like you can.
But I would never watch.
Instead of getting a 140-inch TV screen, I'll just use my stupid Oculus. But
correct.
I also when I'm Netflixing, I'm usually in a Discord and I'm usually watching a YouTube video and I'm usually looking at my phone when I'm bored of all four of those things. Yeah. This doesn't seem to be an option with the Oc.
The only downside of this, and I saw one video, you wouldn't really be able to do some of that. I wonder if you could feed there is a desktop app that is apparently really good. Mm-hmm. So before people were getting the cable to link up, you can do it as long as you have the internet capable. It's like a $20 app and it's a virtual desktop. You might be able to do some of that with that. I don't know how comms work yet because I haven't played anything VR. I don't know how that works. Because even the game that I want to get, like with my brother, or like if you got on these like BR type games or this like first person shooter, there has to be some kind of comms. I don't know how to do that. But the only downside to it that I see for some people, but it's, do you want to play it or do you not? You have to have an active, good standing Facebook account.
I will never get the Oculus 2 ever. No, that's bizarre and strange. I'm glad you mentioned that. What the fuck are you talking
Oculus is made by Facebook.
Oh, no way. No way. Never.
Dude, come on. I'm telling you.
That's crazy.
Why is it crazy?
Why the fuck?
It's one of the top ones out there.
That's like too much.
Oculus, HTC Vive, and then I think there's one other one. Those are the top. Oculus Rift.
I'm not going to be the broken record here. Give me a fucking break, Billy. Facebook, you're required to have a fucking. Can I make? Okay, how about this?
You can make a dummy account.
That's so strange.
Make a dummy account and do nothing with it. It just has to stay active.
Right. That's dummy account. Have to do I need to? I gotta figure out a way to make a dummy proxy dummy account because the only
thing that makes it easier though for you, let's say you wanted to connect with me, you could probably find me or add that one or two friend that has the Oculus. But that's another way of connecting with your friends through the Oculus if they have the Oculus, is you're doing it through Facebook. So I've seen friends on there that I can add that own an Oculus and that.
I got it.
It's for the social part of it because you're mixing with people and then it's the account to be able to purchase your games.
Okay, you don't explain this bullshit to me. It's just Facebook being fucking Facebook.
I understand.
Being extremely weird.
I was mad about that as well.
Be more weird, Facebook.
There are some pretty big tech companies out there. Holy shit. Or tech YouTubers like Linus Tech Tips who's like, hey, I know people aren't going to like this. It sucks. It wasn't mandatory in the last one. It is now, but they have made it very clear about X, Y, and Z, your privacy, this and that. You're good. It just has to be an active account.
Them, dude.
I agree.
When was Mark Zuckerberg just in fucking, the Supreme Court? Remember that? Wasn't that a thing?
Oh, he's always in there, but that's for like suppression and shit like that. But
no, it was for giving away our data. Right?
No.
There's no way I'm wrong about this.
I think something like that happened a couple of years ago. There was some kind of breach or something, but it's
the
been
memes
a while.
came from that.
Yeah, it's been a while.
From him giving our data away.
I don't know exactly. We'd have to fact check.
Fine, that's fine, because I don't even know.
Tony, can you? Oh, he's not here.
Oh, he's not here. But I was going to say, I'm going to buy a tablet from like the Philippines, get it shipped here. I'm going to learn that language so I can read it. And then I'm going to create a Facebook account through a VPN.
Okay.
On a Philippine oriented tablet. And then I will get an Oc Vive.
Yeah, you can create a Facebook account through a VPN all you want, but when you connect that Oc to the internet, it's not going to be through a VPN, and you'll still be signing in.
I'll get a VPN on my Oc.
That would be terrible, because then it's going to run really slow.
Then I'll break it over my knee.
I mean, some VPNs are all right. You could probably play through a VPN if you got the internet to support it.
That's fucking weird.
And the VPN
now I'm not even sure if I'm interested at all.
Once you see it, though, you'll be like, I could give a shit less. I'll make 20 accounts if I have to.
I need a less awkward, corporate-driven third-party knockoff of the Oculus 2.
Right.
$150, but it's terrible, and you can't really download any of the games that you play.
Nah, that's what's sick.
You're like, you have Call of Duty. It's like I got Call of War. It's like that's not the same. That's not the same game.
Speaking of sick, maybe we'll find out. Let's get into this album review. This week we've got Mastodon's Leviathan. I picked this because I had never listened to Mastodon. I've heard so much about them and never listened to one single fucking Mastodon song. This was their second release. This was released in 2004. And there was a handful of songs, 46 minutes long.
Are you looking at me for a reason?
At a burp,
you're burping.
and I feel like
disgusting.
It smells like beef jerky or something. Not my burp, but it must be dinner that one brought home. That's what it is. All right. Anyways, I liked it. I really did. The vocals took a little bit to get used to.
Yeah.
Especially the first song, but then the vocals were different throughout the album, sort of. Still sort of that thrashy kind of feel to it, but it was good, right? First song, as soon as it started, I got this real thrashy, Motorhead feel almost to it. And I was like, oh man, I'm not sure I'm going to like this.
It was like punk.
It was punk, thrash, weirdness. I don't know where these guys fall in.
I'm talking about Blood and Thunder, just to be specific. That's the first song. I got
towards the end, the ending of that song was probably one of the sickest parts of the entire album, and it was fucking sick. It was breakdowny, kind of choppy. I don't even remember how it goes. I listened to the album twice today, and I already forgot. But
yep.
Everything had a great sound to it, especially for a 2004 album. Things have still changed so much since 2004, but these guys obviously did it right instead of, some of the bands we listened to in 2004. They were going to very, very cheap recording studios, sounded like shit.
Kill Whitney Dead.
Yeah. Yeah, it just kept getting better, but I have no idea where to classify these guys. I got Southern rock. I got some prog out of it. I got just fucking dad rock. I got heavy metal. I got 80s feel to it. I got that, like I said, that Motorhead / Pantera or fucking Slayer. There was so much going on, but all of it sonically, it was incredible. The snare threw me off just a little bit. The snare was not quite what I wanted to be, but it's not my band. But it grew on me. It wasn't as bad as the last snare we listened to. That was just a ping the entire time. No, I was actually surprised because I started listening more and more and I was like, oh man, I'm going to fucking hate this. And I don't want to hate it, but I'm going to be honest. If I hate it, I hate it. But I enjoyed it. And I look forward. I wanted to listen to a little bit more, but I got caught up setting up. I wanted to listen to some of their newer stuff. I did read, I don't know if it's one of my things I'm going to talk about, but I think they're in the studio for the next album, something like that. But I'm excited to hear how they progress. Maybe pick a couple songs from each album myself and see how they kind of sound throughout the years. But 2004 album, this is pretty fucking good. I like it.
Yeah, I pretty much, I think I first discovered these guys on Headbangers Ball or something when I was in high school. And the first song, Blood and Thunder, was the one that I saw. And I really enjoyed them when I was younger. And I have not listened to them in years and years. So when you brought that up, I was like, oh, it'll be perfect. I'll see where my palate's at. I think my palate's fucked because I loved this album and this band when I was younger. Mm-hmm. And now I had a really hard time getting through the whole thing, man. I'm just listening to everything and I don't feel any I don't feel anything for it at all. Nothing resonates with me. Nothing's hitting at all for me. It was all a lot of like instruments doing a lot of different like it was all very predictable. Mind you, it was 2004. Like you could go back and listen to a lot of songs and bands in 2004. You could say, it's fine. Like I can listen to it or I can't. It's predictable, blah, blah, blah. They have no spark for me anymore. There's nothing alluring about them. Like what used to be alluring way back was, just it was easy to kind of satiate a teenager when they first get into the music. It's like, oh, distortion, oh, yelling, oh, sick. Look at this music video, it's sick, it's edgy, And as you get older, it just becomes less alluring and more irritating, I guess, at least for my curmudgeon fucking Grinch ass. And I did not enjoy anything about this. I used to love the drummer. The drummer has chops. He really does. But my problem is all of the chops, at least on this album, they all felt the same. Like they all felt like super predictable, crash bass drum on the downbeat. And before that, single stroke rolls. 30-second notes, like across the kit, and just mixing variations of that up. I mean, he's very good, but with the guitar he was given, I think he did a good job, but it was just, everything was it felt very open, and he kind of leaned in one direction and kind of it felt this way. He lost his muse a little bit, like going through the album and writing stuff. So I got annoyed with myself because I didn't like it. I was like, fuck, I used to love this. Why don't I like this anymore? And then I went back and realized I liked it a lot because this is a concept album. This is about most of the songs are about Moby Dick and like Captain Ahab and shit.
Okay.
So it was like a storytelling album, which I still don't like that anymore. But when I was younger, I loved it. Like Amon Amarth, like big Viking metal bands, like over the top theatrics and like talking about going to war and like whatever, just killing. It used to be. It's like watching a movie, like an action movie. Now I don't really like them as much because they're not very interesting to me intellectually at all. But back then it was like, oh yeah, I'll fucking watch Rush Hour 2 or whatever. This is tight. It's probably a horrible example because that movie's hilarious, but you know what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So
no,
I just
100%.
Super frustrated with myself because it's like, damn, do I even like anything? And like I was thinking about the last albums we were listening to. And I think I've liked one of these bands that we've gotten into out of like all the reviews we've done, and Good Tiger's the only one.
Dude, it really is.
What the fuck is wrong with us, man?
We're getting older, man.
Fuck.
So I think back then too, there are some people that can grow with it. We've probably got some, friends or even acquaintances or whatever that are still super into this shit. But that like punk sound, 2004, that's, freshman year-ish of high school, roughly, or before, right after. You probably depends on when it came out. But like that, just like da 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 da, just kind of going. It's especially getting into metal, or if you're into metal, it's cool. But then you kind of grow out of it. I was never into that at all. I was never into like that punk, like hardcore sound, like
yeah. A lot of power chords.
Yeah, I just never really got into it.
You don't like the Acacia Strain?
Acacia Strain?
Yeah.
That's punk?
It's no, I'm sorry. I was thinking like post-hardcore.
Like a typical post-hardcore I'm into.
Whatever.
Like this kind of like punk thrash sound.
Okay.
I'm not into that at all.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I don't know. But I think there were some parts in here that were good and caught me. It was nothing over the top. Like, oh my God, this is the best thing I've ever heard in my life. That's why I want to hear and see if they've changed it all. Maybe a little bit. If there was just like a few tweaks here and there, I think I would actually really like the band. But if it stays the same throughout the course, it's something I could certainly listen to. I would love to throw it on. It seems to be our reoccurring theme. Throw it on at a party. I don't need to pay attention. Some of the parts will hit me, but most of all, it's background noise at this point. I thought it was good, but nothing over the top and nothing I'm going to be like, I can't wait to listen again.
Yeah, I was going to say, this is probably one of the first bands I've ever realized that, I was listening to technically one of the first progressive bands I ever heard.
Yeah, there was like I said, it was a mixed bag of shit.
It's
and
progressive.
that's what kept me at least interested in the band, because I heard things that was like, oh, that's from this. Oh, that's from that. Like there was this like Southern rock guitar. There's a middle song, something Tiki. Where the fuck is the song list? I pulled this wiki page up for the first time. We never fucking do that. To get the song list. Here we go. Iron Tusk. That was probably my favorite song off the album.
Yeah.
The very, very end, 100% predictable. The ending of that song, the 9th to the 10th song, I knew exactly what was coming, and I thought that was weird because this whole album was not predictable. For some reason, the very end was very predictable. I thought it was okay. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it. I thought it was okay.
Yeah.
What do you got for next week?
All right. So you think Mastodon's okay? I discovered a band.
Okay. When? Recently?
Like last week.
Okay, that's good.
Randomly
discovered a band.
I have no idea because I'm never on YouTube looking up bands and music and stuff. I just don't do that on YouTube.
I used to.
I do I do lighthearted stuff on YouTube. I just keep it simple. I listen to like a podcast I enjoy, or I look up a highlight I like, cat shit, whatever dumb shit I'm into that day.
Like cat shitting? Just real quick, cat shitting?
Cats shitting.
Okay.
On YouTube, specifically.
Gotcha.
Hopefully, anyways, don't go down that rabbit hole because it gets fucking
We'll put a picture up here.
Don't do that. It gets super weird. Just cat's butthole puckering. That's disgusting. Anyways. And for some reason it popped up. It was music video was like 1.5 minutes. Mm-hmm. And it was it just came out like a few months ago, I think. I could be wrong about that. And these guys are called Clowncore. Have you heard of them?
No, but I'm scared.
I hadn't heard of them either. I got a lot to say.
The band is called Clowncore?
The band is called Clowncore. I don't want to give away anything. The band is called, look it up.
Did you look them up?
What? Yeah, I went, I don't want to give anything away, but when you see the first 20 seconds of the music video, of any of their music videos, you're going to be like, Googling the shit out of them. You're like, what is this? Who are these guys?
I have one kind of guess, and you can tell me if I want you to tell me if I'm right or wrong. And it's literally because of the name. I'm almost 100% certain that Clown from Slipknot's kid started a band, but he may have been with other kids of the band.
It's definitely not that.
Okay, definitely not that. Okay. Clowncore. So do we have an album name? Or?
The album is called Van, V-A-N, and it's on Spotify and everything. It's their third album.
Okay. Third album, Clowncore Van. You'll have to remind me of that.
Never mind, I don't want you to look anything up. But I am invested in these guys now. Got a lot to say. Please listen fucking next week because it's and listen to the fucking album. It will not take very long.
All right. So I'm ready to get into the next things. Speaking of Mastodon, I saw something today. Been out for about a week. And it put me in a really weird fucking place today. So, there's this place in Seattle called, I gotta look it up. Mopop, which is, Museum of Pop Culture. It used to be more, sorry. It used to be more of a musical thing, just musical culture, especially in the Seattle area. But it's turned into like this big pop culture. Like you can go in and see some like museum pieces of like horror film stuff. And obviously Star Wars is a big part of it. You know, the big things, this whole museum, but it's the music stuff seems like it's very, very tailored for kids to come and try instruments, try to do shit, whatever. Like it's very open for the community to get involved in kind of the musical thing and to get kids involved into community things, whether it's music. I don't know if there's film stuff there, anything for the pop culture, other side of it or not, but it looks like a cool ass place. So
sounds horrible.
Apparently it's really not.
Oh,
apparently they honor somebody every year and they call it the Founders Award. And this year they honored Allison Chains. So, if you don't know, Allison Chains is my favorite band. I swear to God, if you shake your head like that one more time, if I ever say their name, the door's over there. It's my favorite
name
band.
A different band that isn't the same six bands.
My favorite band
That's all I've ever
of all
asked.
time. I don't think I've talked about Allison Chains really much on this show.
Just stop. All right, go on.
Anyways, Allison Chains, it's my favorite band of all time. So they honored them. They have this show. I guess normally they have a big, like a concert award show kind of thing. And I've seen, not from this group Mopop specifically, but I've seen like other bands. Like I think I've seen Metallica get, here's a big show to tribute you, and other bands come on and they'll play your shit. They did that for Allison Chains. It was 2.5 hours long. I was crying through most of this fucking thing.
What?
It was incredible. So I'll tell you why. I'm going to put a link in the description when this is uploaded. If you haven't watched it, go check it out. Even you, trust me, you'll find something you like. Mastodon was one of the bands that performed in there. Metallica performed. Guys from Soundgarden performed. A whole Dallas Green, the singer of City and Color, and also Alexis on Fire. He performed. All these people performed, and it was fucking incredible. What got me, though, the crying part, Chris Cornell, his daughter sang.
How's he doing?
Well, he's dead.
Oh.
So his daughter sang a song called Black Gives Way to Blue, which was written for the vocalist that died of Allison Chains. So that was their first comeback album. It was called Black Gives Way to Blue, and the ending song was for Lane Staley, Black Gives Way to Blue, and then deceased guy's daughter also sings the song. Her voice was incredible. The guitar player is from Queensryche, apparently, but it was just her on a piano and singing and him on guitar. It was the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my fucking life, and I was bawling like a baby. It was incredible. And then they did another song dedicated to Lane, another band. It was like this group of guys dedicated to Lane Staley, and they had a bass player that also died recently. That was their original bass player. And it was incredible. You should watch it because it is history for you.
No.
All the shit that you listen to is because of these guys. Jerry Cantrell,
really?
Guitar playing is because of these guys. 100%.
So this was basically
100%, Daniel.
This was like a lifetime achievement award.
Yeah.
Okay.
Something like that. That's what it felt like, right? Because they were doing all these tributes and shit. That's what it seemed like. It's called the Founders Award, but it was honoring them as, founders kind of, or people that kind of laid the line for a lot of music that we listen to now or anything like that.
Is there anything as good as when Metallica got like an MTV award for their shit and Avril Lavigne was covering, Metallica was at the ceremony and Avril Lavigne gets up there because she was
I feel like I remember that.
The new hotness at the time,
Yeah.
and she covered Fuel from their Load album or something.
Oh my God. Give me fuel, give me fire, give me jumping,
That was extremely uncomfortable. So if there's something like that, I'm interested. If there's nothing, I don't want it.
No,
if there's
it's,
nothing
it's
like that.
really solid because all the musicians are talented. There was this group, they look like a jazz band or something, and it had a jazz feel. So they turned like an Allison Chains song into like this jazz feel, and then there was a breakdown in it. And it was the coolest thing I've ever fucking seen.
They did their own rendition.
Absolutely.
That's nice.
A lot of people changed a lot of stuff up. Some kind of stayed right on the line. Korn is in there. Corey Taylor of Slipknot with Dave Navarro on guitar and Taylor Hawkins of Foo Fighters on drums. People from Heart, the two chicks from Heart, they're doing something. There's a new band with one chick from Heart and this like super fucking, this lady looked like she was a giant, tall black chick. Fucking killed. Everybody killed it. And it was incredible to see that much talent, pay respects to my favorite band of all time. It was fucking amazing.
How many times you come? How many times were you just
I didn't. I sat here and fucking cried. I said that.
After.
And I was fine. The whole thing, I'm like,
After climax.
This is cool. This is fucking cool. Damn, these people are super. I've never even heard of these people. They're super talented, or I've definitely heard of them, and they did a great job. And then that Chris Cornell's daughter came out. I was like, no, lost it.
I wish I liked anything as much as you love Allison Chains.
I love music, and they are there. I realized 2 weeks ago, I was sitting somewhere, and I realized I am probably the most nostalgic person you'll ever meet. I don't think I ever show it, and I don't think people know that, but I am fucking super. You know why I like Allison Chains so much? I grew up on it. It takes me back to a time that I don't remember at all, but I do remember because of Allison Chains, Soundgarden, shit like that. That's all I heard. So it makes me feel like I'm still in Oklahoma where I was fucking born. But I don't remember a lot. Like, I remember things. You remember some shit as a kid. But I probably have the worst memory of being a kid out of anybody that I know. Because other people are like, yeah, when I was 2, I shit in a corner and, I picked up the poop and I did this. I'm like, why the fuck? First of all, why are you saying that? Second of all, how would you know that? I think I made that up. Maybe it was me that did that.
I was going to say, nostalgia.
I don't know anybody.
I listen to Kiss by A Rose from the Grave.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's how you say it. By Seal.
Mm-hmm.
Like, for the first time since I was a child, like 7 or 8,
Good.
I listened to it like...
Think of Batman.
3 years ago, the official Batman song. It's on the fucking soundtrack. It makes no sense. and I listened to it I just rediscovered it on Spotify, and me and Curtis were just fucking drunk as skunks one night. I was like, oh, listen to this song. And we listened to it like a dozen times in a row, and we were just screaming the lyrics, dude, screaming the lyrics. And I was like getting teary eyed and stuff. So I don't know what it is.
I know that from Batman, and I don't think I've ever seen that Batman, because if I have, it was from that.
No, I've seen it, but it was because my mom, I remember specifically, it was because my mom was listening to anything I listened to from the ages of 0 to like 10 with my, when I was in the car with my mom. Whatever she had on the radio is like locked in to my fucking brain. And so my dad just brings me back.
And it's the same way with my dad, who, grew me up on that grunge era. That's something I lived through. Excuse me. God damn. I got the 80s and shit like that from him, but he was not a huge fan of 80s hair metal. He was a fan of it during the time. But once like that grunge shit kind of came out on the scene, aside from like Black Sabbath or Ozzy or shit like that, but once grunge came out on the scene, he's like, oh yeah, fuck that hair metal shit. I like this. Because that was grunge kind of ended that era. Grunge ended the 80s hair metal and brought it in. Outside, there was like a linear path of like your Panteras, your Slayer, and shit like that. Obviously, they were a little harder metal, but to me, that those two bands like Allison Chains, Soundgarden, they're the reasons, other than my dad, the reasons I wanted to play music. And it's some of the best shit I've ever heard. So it's a nostalgic thing. Also, the guys are incredibly fucking talented, and then just really good fucking music. So yes, I enjoyed it. I cried. Anytime something about Chris Cornell comes up, I kind of cry. I was too young. I wasn't too young. I guess I didn't really pay attention. I was still in middle school when Lane Staley died from Allison Chains, again, being my favorite band of all time. But for some reason, anything about Chris Cornell, I think just because it was a couple of years ago, it still fucking gets me, especially, they put his daughter involved, and it was kind of insane.
I have a similar affinity to Heath Ledger from the Dark Knight movie.
Really?
Yeah, it's like the same thing.
If you think about that, it's like, I would have never met this person. I know their work, though, and their work was incredible.
I cry every time I watch The Dark Knight.
Dude.
Every single
fucking
time.
Insane.
And A Knight's Tale.
Let's get on some better news. Jarrett Dines and Matt Heafy, your favorite guy who gave away the guitar on the Drew Barrymore show, they have teamed up and they have an EP out, a 5-song EP. It's pretty good. I listened to it. So on the article that I have, they have like, it's a Spotify, but you hear like 30-second clips of the songs. Mm-hmm. Not bad. I would recommend checking it out. It's pretty cool.
What is it? What are they leaning towards?
Like a power rock kind of thing.
Cool.
Sort of thing. Like it's solid guitars. I think Jarrett did everything except for vocals, which Matt Heafy did, and Matt Heafy did some guitar work on it.
Who's Matt Heafy?
Singer of Trivium.
Oh.
Yeah. So, no, it's pretty good. I think they actually described it. I can't remember. I don't know, but it's called The Dines by Heafy. So they've been kind of good friends for a while. Jarrett filled in on tour for one of the guitar players, or maybe when Matt had his kids or something. I don't know, which was weird because Jarrett's like this big YouTuber and Matt's like in a fairly big band, especially in the overseas market. And then they kind of connected and they've been like best fucking friends since. And they constantly do shit, collaborate together and stuff like that. Yeah, it's really cool. It's kind of my goal. I want to collaborate with people.
Do you write stuff? I didn't know you write.
I don't.
Oh,
I don't. I was thinking about that the other day.
Told you a million times. Just Dropbox me or Google Drive me.
I was thinking, you have a song of mine. I was actually thinking about this a couple of days ago. You have a song that I sent you with no drums, and I had never got anything back from you.
What song? What was it labeled as? Okay.
Long time coming, or
that's in my Google Drive still.
Yeah, there's a couple names for it.
Yeah.
Cool product alert.
Yeah.
I guess it's kind of fucking stupid, but I kind of like it.
Okay.
Who is this? Is this Gator? Yeah. So Gator, case company, they make a lot of different kind of cases. I think they even make drum shell cases.
Gator don't take no shit. Yep.
They don't play no shit.
Play no shit.
He ain't never been about that shit. Don't get me fucking started.
Yeah, Gator makes drum cases. Yes.
So they also do a lot of guitar work and stuff like that. As far as guitar cases, they make cases for every fucking thing. Rack cases. Anyways. They've created a case that you hang up in your closet for guitars. And it's kind of the dumbest thing and kind of the coolest thing, because when I look at this little like fake closet here, I'm like, oh man, like, so you're just saying that like I could fit 4 guitars in this little rack, like just easily like that, and they just stay not getting dusty or anything like that?
I mean, if you don't want them out exposed to what's in your room, I mean, I guess
you could throw pedals, which
it's a guitar case, but you could hang it up on a coat rack.
Is actually really, really fucking cool. So I zoomed in. I'm gonna have to screen cap this and send it to you. That pedal there is a Horizon Devices precision drive.
Yeah.
Which is kind of fucking cool that it's a random fucking pedal on a Gator case.
Yeah, why is that? It's
cool? A smaller company, and I mean, it's an amazing pedal, but...
Oh, you're saying the pedal's like kind of fringe. Okay.
Kind of cool that it's on, like this is a big company, Boss, but this is a small company, and it's just weird. Like, typically you would see like 2 Boss pedals, like, let's just throw the generic shit up there, but non-generic, kind of a somewhat boutique pedal, not really boutique. No, it's cool. I like it. It's fucking stupid.
How much is it?
I did look this up and I already forgot. It's like $60 or something like that. That's really not that bad.
That's pretty good.
Not that bad to just like, I've got a closet here. Instead of leaving my guitars all the time, I could just hang them up and take one down.
We'll just get you some Gorilla Tape and fucking just put a coat hanger in there. And just hang it up there. It'll be solid.
Speaking of Boss, the pedal company, they have confirmed that the HM2 is going to be coming out reissued.
HM2.
So the HM2, for those of you who don't know, of course, the HM2 was it's the heavy metal pedal. And it was your like Swedish death metal, like heavy metal sound.
Did it say death metal on it?
No, that's not the death metal pedal. There is one like that.
My friend had that when we were like 13.
I think every guitar player at some point had one.
Right.
I don't think I had one, but I played with people that had it. We would just swap it off.
It made it seem so easy. Like, this is what you need.
I had the other one, the Metal Zone.
If you want to play metal, you just use this pedal. You don't have to do, that's it.
100%. 100%. So this was one of them, but it was literally
metal.
It was literally the quintessential Swedish death metal sound, though.
Okay.
Like Swedish metal, everybody played that. That's on old Swedish metal records. 100%. So people have kind of been really excited. Boss has been kind of going through and reissuing things, adding a couple features, or just kind of recrafting the whole thing, but still giving you that iconic sound that maybe you want it for some fucking reason. But they, so they're bringing that out, which I think is kind of cool. People are excited about it. I don't give a shit. But if you didn't know, they are bringing it out.
You don't know, now you know.
And now you know.
Sweden. So I discovered a YouTuber. He's not, how many subs does he have? No, he's not new or anything. He's got 1 million subs. That's actually really good compared to ours. But you think of like PewDiePie and stuff, you're like, 100 million. Like
0.001% of that.
I'm excited about that though. But this guy has fucking earned it. We haven't done shit. This guy is a ex-con. He was like a jewel thief or something. And he's making these, he does react videos, he does all sorts of stuff, but this one really stuck out to me. I might need to do some chopping up of this because I need to find a very, very specific moment in this. And he's showing you how to make prison food. And in this episode, showing you how to make pizza.
Okay.
Let me tell you, definitely not pizza at the end of it. Not even fucking close to pizza. But I love the conversation. This guy's got like a Boston accent. Can we play a clip of this or no? Like a couple seconds or something?
I think we should be able to, yeah.
You think so? Because I'm just going to skip to like the
middle. Is he playing music or just talking?
Ooh, I don't think there's any music. No. Can they hear this? So this guy's got, hold on, let me just turn this down so it's not coming through. He's got a sleeveless on. He's just this big bald dude, like probably in his mid 40s or something. And he's got all these tattoos on him, and he's just got this Boston accent, just this super likable guy. And he's just talking, he's like showing you the ingredients. Like he's got the Doritos, he's got the sausage cut up, and he's preparing it like he was in prison. Like he's like, in the beginning, he's like, all right, and I have my trusty razor blade. It's literally a fraction of a razor blade that he would be able to sneak into the prison. And then he has the plastic cutlery. He's literally like duplicating everything that he would do in prison. He's got the overhead shots of him cutting the tomatoes with the plastic fucking knife, which is killing me.
Merch.
He's got merch.
He's got his prison cooking shirt.
And he's like, okay, so you're gonna cut the sausage up, you're gonna put it in the microwave. You got these Doritos. You put it. He's like, you put it in a cardboard box. I think it shows that. Yeah, okay, that cardboard box there, that's where you mold the pizza. Okay. So you put a plastic bag over the cardboard box, which is a White Claw box, and then you put a layer of Doritos, kind of like smashed up and stuff. You put a layer of Frito cheese, which I didn't even know that was a thing. You seen those Frito cheese in the can? Yeah. Is that dip, I guess?
Yeah, you could get them at like gas stations and stuff like that.
I've seen them.
Probably
I guess
commissary items for him.
I just didn't know they were fucking cheese. Anyways, so you put a layer of that down, and then you put a layer of sausage down. It's basically like Dorito lasagna, basically, but they call it pizza. And he's explaining like, yeah, so like you go to your friend, you're like, hey, give me if you pitch in $2 or that bag of Doritos, we're gonna make pizza on Friday, and then you could buy in. So everybody would buy in for the pizza. I gotta pause. I gotta find a very specific moment. Listen to that last little bit.
It's the first layer.
Fuck this fucking thing.
It's the first talk about it. We said, man, what's wrong with us?
Yes.
And you start thinking about it. Then you sit down at a table and you're looking next to you, and one guy's got life, one guy's got 3 life sentences, another guy got 50 years, and you're wondering, man, is that terrible? Now, look what I did. The first layer.
It was so.
Hey, we're back.
It was. I like started cracking the fuck up when he did that. So we can't. We're probably not gonna be able to play that. So I'll just recap it and cut that up. So basically, he's showing how to make this horrible pizza, this pretend Dorito lasagna shit. Whatever. It's just horrible. I
kind of want to make one.
Dude, it looks so bad. And while he's like dolloping on the cheese, he's like, yeah, we were in prison, and let me tell you, this guy got stabbed. Because he made the pizza wrong. But if you think we didn't eat, you're crazy. And also, you look around, we're eating this pizza, and you're like, man, this is really sad. That guy has a life sentence.
Yeah.
That guy's got 2 life sentences. This guy's got 30 years. And you just think, man, this is terrible. Pause. All right, well, we got the cheese and the Dorito pizza now. It was like
first layer is complete.
The perfect transition from like his fucking trauma from fucking being in prison with murderers and shit, and then going to like, all right, I'm on YouTube now.
We fucking ate, I tell you.
My God, this guy's fucking incredible, and I died when that turn happened. It was so fucking perfect. Look him up, Larry Lawton, Lawton. He's the fucking man, dude. If anything, I have love for these motherfuckers who like it's perfect. It's fucking perfect.
Well, they're real too.
Exactly. Yeah.
None of that's scripted. He's just telling you like, hey, I'm cooking this fucking.
All the
pizza.
flaws of the video
Prison
just
food.
make his personality just shine. I love this man so much.
Cool. So I got one last thing. Gear I'm looking at this week. So this came across probably a Facebook ad or something, or probably I'm part of this PRS group, and this fucking guitar came up. It's kind of one of their cheaper model lines, but it just looks so fucking good. So this is a PRS S2. So it's made in America, but it's got like some Chinese or Korean parts or whatever on it. And it's kind of their cheaper, it's the cheapest American line that they offer. But this is a 35th anniversary custom 24 in burnt amber. And the color of this, to me, just kind of fucking set me off. So something I was looking at, not going to get it, but I do like it. It looks good. Maybe I'll get it one day.
Typically, none of these guitars really reach out to me. I think they all look exactly the same, and I think
most what I look at are PRSs as well. So they do all look the same for the most part.
I'm just saying, it's like, why on earth would you even look at
there
this?
was something, I'll send you the picture that we can put up in the episode, because I got it on my phone here.
Well, I was trying to finish. Yeah, I like this one though. I like
you do?
The burnt amber. I do.
Look at this picture. I think this is from PRS.
Okay. Why am I looking at it?
It's just a different kind of lighting and view of the
it looks
picture,
great.
But it popped out so much. I was like, God, there's something about that.
You could see the dimension on it, where it's like on the edges and then it like comes up, kind of rounds up a little bit.
Not going to pull it out. I don't know why I thought I was going to. But it's the same as that one, but it is the custom 24. That's a standard 24. But yeah, it's dude, it's fucking, I like it a lot. Yeah.
It looks like a guitar.
Too. Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's it. That's all I've got for this week.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we'll just wrap it there. It's a little shorter, but with all this shit that's going on, with a lot of things that we can't necessarily talk about, but also with COVID and shit, it's just like, we don't like to talk about it because what the fuck is the point? Everyone says the exact same shit. Everyone reads the same articles.
Starting to get really old and annoying. I think what we discuss, and we'll figure it out. We'll let you know next week, but I think we're going to do a holiday episode.
That's what I wanted to mention.
We'll do it Christmas theme or something. Yeah. We'll have to write something out. I actually thought about getting some lights for here. They're fucking $7.
I got some spare Christmas lights.
We could do that.
Well, yeah, because we don't have our tree yet, so I'll just bring it in.
We'll figure it out, and we'll just hang it up for the day. But we'll do a little Christmas theme thing.
Clips too. I got a list of clips we're gonna bring in.
List of clips.
List of clips. So we're gonna react to the clips, and it'll be like organized.
Cool.
I think.
But yeah, so I think next week we're going to do the holiday episode, and then we may take a break. Let's get through Christmas, New Year's, all that shit. Got a lot going on, dumbass COVID shit, and then we'll probably come back. But we'll make that decision by next week. We'll figure it out, talk to the wives, and figure out what we're doing.
Dude, we got shit to do. This is not our job, you know?
Yeah.
So, unfortunately.
No, until, Tony owes us a lot of money, but until everybody else starts paying us.
Lots of backline dues.
We're just not making money off of this until Tony pays us our dues. So.
This is a passion project and a kind of like a, what is it called? It's in progress, you know?
It's fun for us. It's a hobby. We keep talking about it. I do have a video that will be up. When this comes out, it'll either already be up or next week. Bear with me. We got a couple more that I need to do. We are going to work on eventually doing the electric drum kit video.
We fucked up the first. I fucked up the first one, and I was looking at it as I was editing. I was like, this looks like dog shit. So we're going to redo it. So we've got the new setup now. We only had one camera still at that time. Now we've got the 3. So I think we're good to go on that. So we'll get that done. And I think we're going to focus a little more on those. Just take a break from, sitting here trying to come up with material for you guys. And we'll get back after New Year's. Yeah, we'll have a lot to talk about after New Year's. We're going to kind of, I would like to say reformat, but we'll talk about it.
Revamp for sure. 100%. I agree with that 100%. Yeah. So other than that, anybody that's subscribed and liked so far, we appreciate it. Share it with your friends. Let people know. We do some cool stuff on here. If there's anything you want us to talk about, and if you, for some reason, value our opinion, let us know in the comments.
Mistake.
We have our Instagram, Facebook. That's it, because that's all we're ever going to do. I will never do a Twitter because I don't understand it. And what's the point of reading stuff? I'd rather look at pictures of you.
Whoa.
You specifically.
Whoa.
And then we have the YouTube. We're also on all platforms. So if you like the videos, that's tight. If you're listening, that's also tight. Spotify, Apple Podcasts, all of that. Check us out there. 35's coming up. So it'll be a holiday episode. Maybe we can get the one guy I've been trying to get on the show for a while. We'll see. We'll talk about that off camera.
Cool.
But other than that, guys, thank you so much. We appreciate it. I'm Chief Redbeard. I'm the fuck out of here.
Nico, see you later, guys.
Hey.
Bye. 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 Bye.